and welcome. I am Exit Light, and this is my channel. Today I'm going to tell you the story about a little girl who just disappeared. Her name is Morgan Nick. And before we get started, if you would please give this video a thumbs up, and also if you'd like to be subscribed, please do so. Alright, let's talk about little Morgan Nick. On June 9th of 1995, Morgan Nick and her mother Colleen Nick went to a Little League baseball game in the town of Alma, Arkansas. At around 10:30 p.m., Morgan asked her mother if she could go catch fireflies with her friends. Her mother's first response was no, but the other parents around her assured her that this was a very safe neighborhood, that it would be fine if she was with the other kids, and so Colleen relented and told Morgan that she could go. 15 minutes later was the last time that she was ever seen. She was seen by her mother's car, sitting down on the ground, and she was emptying out sand from her shoes. The friends that she had been hunting lightning bugs with, they were sitting about 30 feet away from her, and they saw her sitting by her mother's car. Morgan's friends reported to her mother that they had seen a creepy man talking to Morgan as she was putting her shoes back on. The friends had gone back to their parents, and Morgan hadn't gone with them. So Morgan's mother was, of course, concerned. The girls told her that she was by the car. She must be waiting for her mom. Other witnesses observed a man watching Morgan play with the other girls, or possibly all the girls. They also saw a red Ford pickup with a white camper that was parked nearby, and when Morgan disappeared, so did the truck and camper. The camper is possibly damaged at the right rear and was described as 4 or 5 inches too short for the truck, which has a short wheelbase and paint that was dulled by age. The truck is believed to have had an Arkansas license plate. The man was described as white, about 6 feet tall, with a medium to solid build. He had a mustache and about a 1-inch beard. At the time, he was believed to be between 23 and 38 years old, which is obviously a wide distance. At the time of Morgan's disappearance, she was approximately 4 feet tall, about 55 pounds. She had blonde hair, blue eyes. Morgan also had 5 visible silver caps on her molars. She was last seen wearing a green Girl Scout shirt, blue denim shorts, and white tennis shoes. There was a massive investigation, which is still open to this day, and it turned up thousands of leads. The FBI and the local communities have offered a $60,000 reward for the recovery of Morgan Nick and the identification, arrest, and conviction of a subject or subjects responsible for her abduction. Morgan's parents believe that she is still alive, and they hope that with continued media coverage that someone will be able to provide them with the information they need to bring their daughter home. On January 15th, 2002, police conducted a dig on a private piece of land in Boonville, Arkansas, after they received a tip that claimed that Morgan might have been buried there. The tip was so specific that police decided to do a dig. A police dog was also used in the search. Police ended that search at 9:30 p.m., and they said they did not intend to return to the property. On November 15th of 2010, federal investigators searched a vacant house in Spiro, Oklahoma, for DNA evidence that could show that Morgan had once been in the house. And then again on December 18th, 2017, investigators returned to that house to conduct another search after they received a tip about this case. Cadaver dogs alerted investigators to a well on the property, which they said was the center of the investigation. But the search was called off on December 19th after no evidence was found. On November 12th of 2021, the FBI went public with a plea for information about a deceased pedophile in connection with this case. Billy Jack Links died in 2000 in prison, where he was serving a sentence for sexual indecency with a child. Approximately 2 months after Morgan's 1995 disappearance, Links attempted to abduct a young girl in Van Buren at a location about 8 miles from the Wofford baseball field where Morgan was last seen. Arkansas court records indicate that Links had previously been convicted of sexual abuse of a young girl. He was on probation in that 1992 case at the time of Morgan's disappearance and the crime for which he was then convicted. Today, law enforcement may be closer than ever to identifying this person, the FBI said in a statement. Based on their ongoing investigations, FBI agents are seeking any information about Billy Jack Links. Links, who was 75 when he died, was a World War II Army veteran and a retired upholsterer with the Braniff Airlines in Dallas. The FBI reported that he worked for the Texas Airline from 1962 to 1974. He returned to his native Van Buren sometime in the late 1970s, the federal officials said. And in November of 2021, it was the first time that anybody had been named publicly as a person of interest in Morgan's abduction. The girl's mother, Colleen, however, said that Link's name had been on investigators' radar for about 3 years. In 1996, Colleen Nick started the Morgan Nick Foundation, which helps parents to cope with the disappearance of children and helps prevent children from going missing. Her case was shown on Unsolved Mysteries and America's Most Wanted, while Morgan's family and the foundation were featured in 2005 on Extreme Makeover Home Edition after the family's house was damaged in a water heater explosion. The Amber Alert Service is named after the Morgan Nick Amber Alert in the state of Arkansas. In August of 2012, Tanya Smith and James Monhart, two previously convicted felons, were arrested for computer fraud after they attempted to assume the identity of Morgan Nick. If you have any information about this case, if you have heard any conversation that someone had been speaking about Morgan's case or speaking about Morgan and it seemed off to you, please contact the police in Arkansas or the Center for Missing and Exploited Children or the FBI. Thank you and good night.